Hey everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about 7 junctions you might encounter while driving. In this video, I will be going over 7 different types of junctions that you might very well encounter while driving. Now, a junction is also known as an intersection, so I might use those terms back and forth. Let's get right into the video. I've drawn them out for you here, and I'll tell you what each one is, and I'll just give you just a brief example of what it looks like. Number 1 is a 4-way intersection, or a 4-way stop, okay? Now, in this situation right here, there are 4 lanes, okay? There are 4 directions, I should say, 4 different spots of the intersection, and there could be a stop sign there on all 4 signs. There could be a stop sign on only 2 of the sides, or there could be traffic lights there, okay? So basically, it's just 4 different sections that you can choose from. It's by far the most common type of intersection that you'll encounter, okay? The common type of junction that you'll encounter. Number 2 is a 3-way or a T-junction. As you can see right here, it's just 3 directions. You got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. It looks kind of like a T. Now, it can be in any direction. It can be turned in any way, rotated in any way, but it's just like a T. And same thing, you might have stop signs, you might have traffic lights. It all depends on the situation. Number 3, a fork in the road. You see, this one looks like a fork in the road right here. This is like the handle of the fork, and these are the tines, okay? Now, in this situation, you can choose which direction you're going to be going in, assuming that both are going this way. So if you have like all the cars are going in this direction, then you can go this way or that way. Or this can be a dual carriageway with 2 directions, and each of these can be potentially a different direction, right? So this can come in this way like that, and this can go that way. So this can be a dual carriageway, and these can sort of be like one way. The tines can be a one way, and this can be a dual carriageway. It all depends, but a fork in the road is going to look like that, okay? Number 4, a 5-way intersection. These are rare where I live, but there are a handful of them, and you should know how to handle them. It's just like a 4-way, except there's 5 different directions. So it's 5 different directions. They can take different forms. Like it can look like a star, or it can look like a 4-way stop, but with an extra direction in one way. It all depends. But basically, can be stop signs, traffic lights, anything. But it's going to look similar to this with 5 different options of the way that the intersection splits, okay? Number 5 is a merge lane. Now, this is what you'll likely find on a highway, okay? So basically, this is going to be the highway. We have 4 lanes running here. And then this is the merge lane that's going to go like this. So what happens is, you know, you're getting a lane, an additional lane that merges into the pre-existing lane on the road, on the highway. Very simple and straightforward, very common in freeways and highways, okay? Number 6, a pedestrian crosswalk. Now, I've just drawn an example, but pedestrian crosswalks take many different forms in different locations. So you got to see what they look like where you live. But basically, you're most likely going to have either 1 way or 2 ways. So like it's either going to be 1 direction or 2 directions, and there's going to be some sort of crossing across the road. In this situation, I put a nice thick lines crossing the road right there with an X and an X, because most likely pedestrian crosswalks will be marked with some sort of X. They're probably also going to have a set of lights on them that are, and maybe a button that a pedestrian can push. It all depends where you live. Like I said, there's different standards for different places, but it's going to be some sort of crosswalk going across the road, okay? And you have to yield to pedestrians. You always have to yield to pedestrians when they're using the crosswalk, when they're on the road and so forth, okay? Number 7 is a very, very common one. I just figured that I would include it because it's kind of different than the other ones in how it looks, and that is traffic light junctions. Now, you can see right here, I've drawn a traffic light junction. It has 2 lanes in either direction, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I drew 2 lanes in either direction, and these little circle swirls represent the traffic lights. So the traffic lights will control the intersection. The traffic lights are going to tell you when you can proceed with caution and when you have to stop. So if it's green, proceed with caution when it's legal and safe to do so. If it's red, stop. If it's yellow, try to stop, okay? So basically, those are standard rules, obviously. But that's what it's going to look like, a standard traffic light intersection, and I included it, junction, and I included it because it is a little bit broader and it's a little bit more congested than the other versions, which might have stop signs. And that's basically it. And obviously, you can have traffic lights with a very small, uncongested uncongested junction. However, for the most part, traffic light intersections are really like busy and stuff. They got a lot going on. That's it. Those are 7 junctions you might encounter while driving. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.